Cheers for that, Jonesy. Headmaster, Dr. McEwen, Deputy Headmaster, Mr. Davies, invited guests, staff and fellow students. It is often assumed by the wider local community that us as Hutchins students live breezy, privileged lives with little struggle of any manner. This view couldn't be further from the truth, as the uniform you put on in the morning doesn't define you, your background, or what you may be going through to any degree at all. We Hutchins boys, just like other students all across the world, are faced with our own adversities and hardships that we need to overcome. As I said, everyone is faced with their own issues, and these can cause stress and anxiety within people and change the way they behave and present themselves. When people act in a way that may seem odd or inappropriate, instead of judging them, try to act with compassion and kindness towards them, and try to realise that they may have more going on than you know about. By showing people kindness, you can give them hope and purpose to realise the opportunities that they may have in life. Every person in the world has opportunities of some degree. It is quite easy for us as Hutchins students and Australian residents to be aware of the potential opportunities in life, whereas for some others it can be much more difficult. However, no matter where you are, without purpose, hope and the support of others, opportunities will go begging. One of the largest influences on my life has been my family's involvement, started by my grandparents, with some of the most severely disadvantaged people in the Philippines. My grandparents were first introduced to the idea of helping these people 25 years ago, when a family friend visited the Philippines and noticed the extreme poverty some lived in over there. They started out by sponsoring a house in a village that represented Australia. As a charity over there, we're building a village with houses sponsored from countries all over the world to try and show these people that they are cared for by people everywhere. After doing this, my grandparents were able to build inroads and connections with local businessmen and decided to build a primary school, a secondary school and a village of their own. The village is now home to over 100 people, and the schools together have around 670 students. Through the kindness of my grandparents, these people are now given a lot more hope and purpose, which internally motivates them to achieve their personal aspirations. The opportunity provided to these people in the Philippines is most certainly swooped up with both hands. For example, the secondary school is only big enough to hold 200 students at one time. However, it has a total of 600 students attending. You are probably wondering how this works, and the reason is because the school is open 24 hours a day, where 3 groups of 200 students do 8-hour shifts, starting and finishing at 6 a.m. These young kids realise they have an opportunity and are willing to work extremely hard to gain a good education which will lead them into a strong future. These people only have to be given one small opportunity and they can use it to completely change their lives. Whereas us as students of a great Australian school are given so many opportunities that we end up taking them for granted. This is nothing to be ashamed of, and we've all been guilty of it in the past. But now I encourage everyone here today to be grateful and to take the opportunities we have and use the resources available to us. Assisting the people of the Philippine village out of homelessness has not only given them hope, but has also brought great happiness to my grandparents as well. They started the charity work soon after the tragic death of their son John, who lost his battle with melanoma. By helping these people and making such a difference to their lives, it brought them great joy and lessened the grief they were suffering. This proves that kindness doesn't only benefit the recipient of the kind words or deeds, as it also makes the people being kind feel good as well. Being kind to others helps you foster closer and greater relationships with the people around you and makes your life a little happier, as there'll be less conflict between you and the people close to you. Being kind to people and not holding grudges against people can also reduce your stress levels, as constantly trying to avoid or put someone down uses up a lot of mental energy and doesn't bring true satisfaction or happiness to anyone. The day before this term started, there was an optional leadership conference for us Hutchins students where we had the opportunity to learn about the different aspects of leadership. At the conference, Dr. McEwen made a comment about how behaviours can be contagious, and how if one person acts a certain way, the people they are friends with are likely to follow. This means that if we all make a conscious effort to act with kindness and an open mind towards others, people will follow, making our school and wider environment a better place. Dr. McEwen bringing this point up reminded me of when I first started at Hutchins as a boarder in Year 6. Being very close to my family, I was left extremely homesick and sometimes thought I genuinely wasn't going to be able to continue as a boarder. When I reflect on these times, there are two main people that I remember helping me and assisting me through them. I've never forgotten, nor will I ever forget, how kind Ed Bowden and Will Burberry were to me. After experiencing the lasting impact these boys have had on me and my time at Hutchins, I can only hope that when I leave this school, some younger students will feel the same way about me. Small acts of kindness can truly have a massive impact on someone's life. So please take the opportunity to be kind to people. Thank you.